Good day and welcome to MPTV's Weekend News Roundup. I am Lukman Abdelaki. On this channel, we'll bring to you the major stories, the trending headlines, and the news that you can trust. We start with the headlines, where Sowore alleges political persecution over 2027 presidential ambition. Benue State flags off 2026 cropping season, subsidizes fertilizers. FCT police arrest suspected bandits, recover AK-47 rifle. Judge's absence stalls ADC deregistration suit. Winner boy Shakira to headline 2026 World Cup opening ceremony. Now the news in details. Benue State Governor Isent Alia has flagged off the 2026 cropping season and the distribution of subsidized fertilizer and other farm inputs to farmers across the state. Speaking at the Benue Fertilizer plant in Makodi, Governor Alia announced a 51% subsidy on fertilizer, reducing the cost to 28,000 naira per bag as part of efforts to boost food production and support smallholder farmers. The governor said the initiative is aimed at strengthening food security, expanding cultivated farmlands, and promoting rural economic growth across the state. Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Security Benjamin Ashaba said the distribution exercise across the 23 local government areas with monitoring teams deployed to prevent diversion and audit. Officials say about 600 truckloads of fertilizer have been earmarked for the farming season as Benue seeks to maintain its status as Nigeria's food basket. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has arrested 3 suspected bandits allegedly linked to a viral social media video showing armed men dressed in military camouflage. Parading the suspects in Abuja, FCT Commissioner of Police Ahmed Sanusi said the suspects, all residents of Frijana in Kaduna State, were apprehended through intelligence-led operations with an AK-47 rifle and 30 rounds of live ammunition recovered from them. The command also presented a suspect accused of culpable homicide following the alleged killing of a friend during a dispute over a business transaction. Meanwhile, the police provided an update on a recent kidnap attempt in the Biajin area of Kubwa, assuring residents of intensified efforts to tackle insecurity. The commissioner further announced plans to begin enforcement against vehicles with unauthorized tinted glasses, concealed number plates, and unregistered vehicles, saying such measures are critical to strengthening security across the FCT. Human rights activist and politician Omoyele Sowore has commenced its defense in an ongoing cyberbullying and defamation case instituted by the federal government at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The case stems from social media posts allegedly linked to the president, with the court previously ruling that the prosecution had established a prima facie case requiring Sowore to open his defense. During proceedings, Sowore requested the transfer of the case to another judge, arguing that such a move will ensure a fair hearing and boost public confidence in the judicial process. He also alleged disagreements between the court and the members of his legal team, claiming the situation led to the withdrawal of his lawyers from the matter. Sowore has denied all allegations, insisting that his comments were protected under the constitutional rights to freedom of expression. The human rights activist and politician also said that there are attempts to convict him in order to stop his ambition to contest the 2027 presidential election. Sowore made the claim while reacting to ongoing legal and political issues surrounding him, insisting that the actions are politically motivated and aimed at silencing his voice ahead of the next general elections. He argued that he remains focused on his presidential ambition and will not be intimidated by what he described as efforts to derail his political plans. Sowore has been a consistent critic of successive governments and is expected to contest the 2027 presidential election under the African Action Congress. Authorities have not responded to the latest allegations. The FCT Police Command has impounded more than 30 vehicles as it begins enforcement against the use of unauthorized tinted glasses, concealed number plates, and improperly registered vehicles across Abuja. FCT Commissioner of Police Ahmed Sanusi says the operation is aimed at strengthening security and curbing criminal activities often linked to vehicle use to conceal identities. According to the command, the affected vehicles were found to be in violation of existing traffic and security regulations, prompting their seizure during the ongoing enforcement exercise. The police have advised motorists to ensure full compliance with vehicle registration requirements and other lawful regulations to avoid sanctions. Authorities say the exercise will continue across the Federal Capital Territory as part of efforts to enhance public safety and improve crime prevention. Judgment in a suit seeking the deregistration of the African Democratic Congress (ADC), the Accord Party, and three other political parties has been stalled following the absence of the trial judge, Justice Peter Lefo of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The court had earlier fixed June 5th for judgment after hearing arguments from all parties in the case, filed by the incorporated trustees of the National Forum for Former Legislators. Plaintiffs are asking the court to order the registration of the affected parties over alleged constitutional and electoral breaches, a claim strongly opposed by the defendants. The absence of the judgment that the anticipated ruling could not be delivered, leaving the fate of the parties uncertain ahead of preparations for the 2027 general elections. A new date for judgment is expected to be communicated by the courts. The Anambra State government has arraigned 8 pastors accused of engaging in alleged fraudulent religious practices in violation of the state's homeland security law. The suspects were brought before a court in Awka following their arrest in different parts of the state, including Onitsha and the state capital. Authorities alleged that the accused exploited members of the public through deceptive miracle and wealth creation claims. The prosecution is being led by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, while the government says the action forms part of its broader crackdown on what it describes as spiritual fraud and exploitative religious activities. The move follows earlier actions against native doctors accused of promoting get-rich-quick schemes, as Governor Chukwuma Soludo insists that the state will not tolerate practices that undermine public trust and social values. A House of Representatives aspirant on the platform of the Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC) has called on President Bola Tinubu to declare a national emergency on insecurity following renewed attacks and killings in parts of the country. The aspirants expressed concern over the worsening security situation, particularly in communities affected by banditry, kidnapping, and violent attacks, urging the federal government to take more decisive measures to protect lives and property. According to him, the continued loss of lives and displacement of residents requiring urgent intervention beyond conventional security responses. He also appealed to security agencies to intensify operations against crime. He also appealed to security agencies to intensify operations against criminal elements and restore public confidence in the nation's security architecture. The call comes amid growing concerns over insecurity in several states and increasing demands for stronger action from the federal government. The Delta State Police Command has arrested suspected drug traffickers and recovered large quantities of illicit substances during a targeted operation in the state. These operatives say the suspects were apprehended following credible intelligence on alleged drug trafficking activities in the Amokwe area of Sapele local government area. Items recovered during the raid included large quantities of tramadol, codeine, and other controlled substances believed to be intended for distribution within and outside the state. According to the command, preliminary investigations indicate that the suspects were involved in the state and distribution of the illicit drugs. The police say the suspects remain in custody while investigations continue to identify other members of the network and curb the spread of illegal drugs across the state. Nigerian Afrofusion star Burna Boy and Colombian pop icon Shakira are set to headline the opening ceremony of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in Mexico City. World Football Governing Body FIFA says the duo will perform the tournament's official anthem, Day Day, ahead of the opening match between host Mexico and South Africa on June 11th. The song, whose title is an Italian expression meaning "Let's Go" or "Come On," was unveiled earlier this year as the official soundtrack of the tournament. Meanwhile, FIFA has also announced a change to the World Cup's pre-match protocol. For the first time, all 26 members of each national team squad will be present on the pitch during the playing of the national anthems, a move aimed at promoting greater team unity and inclusiveness. That's all we have for you on the Weekend News Roundup today. I remain Lukman at Lakin. Do well to continue to follow us across all social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more updates.